was saying there that he's going to start judging the people who talk too much and the people who defend people like TD Jakes, the people who always want to stand up and say, why didn't you contact these people privately? I didn't contact them privately because God's intent is to expose them to the entire world so that the whole world can stop following them. And God's intent is to shame them because shame is part of being judged by God for sin. So to people who still have the plastic on their Bible and who love wickedness and sin and hiding in the darkness and having conversations about pedophilia and rape in the darkness, of course you want a private conversation, but God says this is going to be actually a public global shaming of the people who are named, the people who have been named. The day will come, just like on death row, when your day comes to be executed, the day will come that, as we saw the prophecy start to happen in 2023, and the entire internet thought that the right response was cursing and attacking me as if I am the cheerleader of people who go gay in bishop roles. No attacking him, sympathy for him as he was crying on his stage on Christmas Day. But then here, my face everywhere, and who is this false prophetess? And you know what? It's going to be a very interesting year ahead, and the year after that, and the year after that. And whether God has me still here prophesying, or whether God grants me the opportunity to finish and sit and watch as the words that have already been established, that are in print, most of them, and that are in video, most of them, together you get all the prophecies. As I sit and watch these words come to pass, we will all live long enough to find out exactly what was false and what was not. So if you get judged to the right side, God says it's still going to be a tough year. He says it's going to be a year that is fraught with disappointment, which is something that nobody wants to hear, especially those who have labored so hard and put in so much work. But God says that it's the end times. It's the end times, and that comes with testing. And he reminded me, and it's in the message. He said, do you remember what 2023 was? And 2023 was called the year of the test. It was the year that it was not only a prophecy called the year of the test, but it was also called, there was also a prophecy where God said that people will be going back to the beginning, to the very beginning. He said that all those who worked hard and got an opportunity, and when you got the opportunity, you got cocky, you got sloppy, you got negligent, you got proud, or you got into the position and then you settled. You got complacent. You didn't know that you were supposed to keep growing, to keep studying the material at the college. You get in and think like, whoo, Texas State, I'm in. And then you started hanging out with girls and going to varsity parties. And before you know it, first semester rolled around. You flunked a whole round of tests. All of a sudden, your spot at the university was in jeopardy. You were too far behind. You hadn't covered enough material. Second semester came, and before you know it, at the end of just the first year, you flunked out, and somebody else will be given late application and they can take your place. That was what 2023 was. 2024 was a year of great challenges. This ministry faced a lot of attack. This ministry faced a lot of vilification, but this ministry grew exponentially because God's word has been showing itself to be quite strong. The end of 2024 basically ended with, I don't know how many planes falling out of the sky. And it was not in March 2024 that I first prophesied about planes falling out of the sky. I actually have a prophecy all the way from 2022 that is called Settle the Accounts of Men, October 2022, where I said I saw planes falling out of the sky. Planes fell out of the sky, and we were able to hear the tearful goodbyes. There's a TikTok where they were actually playing the terror in the pilot's voice as he just slammed into a building in California. The plane crashes are happening. The planes are literally just dropping out of the sky. Technical difficulties, some of them, exactly as I said in the 2024 March prophecies, some of them are having lucky escapes. Passengers are saying, I smelled gas, and then they deplane everybody because it turns out to be a huge leak. I'm seeing the TikToks. So we have the UFO situation that's been happening. We have the explosives that are being placed all over the nation. And immediately to my mind came several prophecies. It's called In Quick Succession, America in Turmoil. 3-part prophecy that said exactly what's happening now. Stabbings, shootings. We caught him and he had this many explosive. Oh, he had 150 or 1,500 pipe bombs or whatever it is that he had, but we caught him before he could do anything. The Lord spoke about this stuff all the way back in 2019, and he said that we're going to start to see an uptick in concerning news reports, young men building bombs, young men doing this, and he said it was all going to be done by America.